different video this time because it's something that I've been really passionate about for the past year or so. One of my friends really got me into this, and it's reading. I think more people should read. I think that reading is such a lost art, essentially, with short form content. And even though it's kind of dying, which I'm not upset about, uh, the rise and fall of reality TV, I'm not upset about it, like, not in the slightest. But I think more people should read. I think there's so many great books out there. There are hundreds and thousands of books. Like, go to Barnes and Noble, and there's tons of things in new fiction and new nonfiction. And reading doesn't have to be about learning something. Now, granted, I think there's stuff to be learned in fiction and fantasy, but there's also just enjoyment. You get to A good book gets just brings you into this beautiful world, these deep characters, and I think that's such a beautiful thing. And I just think people need to experience more and read more books because it's such an amazing experience. And just so you know, nonfiction can be a lot of fun. I've read quite a few nonfiction books that I'm like, man, these are great. Like, I love this. And I want to share I'll share four. I have three here with me. The fourth I don't own physically. I own it on my Kindle, which I highly recommend. A Kindle, Libby. You get lots of books. You can just put them, like, it's just fantastic. 10 out of 10 recommend a Kindle with a Libby. Use your local library to get books if you're uncertain about buying them. And once you start liking books, you can start figuring out what you want to buy. I'll still leave that one for last because that's like my favorite one. My favorite books, maybe second favorite book series. So my first one is actually a nonfiction book, and it's Console Wars. So if you're a video game person, this is a fantastic book. It is a story of um, kind of how Sega and Nintendo became what they are. It's essentially the rise and fall of Sega, and follows the fight between Nintendo, the OG console wars of Nintendo versus Sega, and Sega does what Nintendo don't. A lot of this, and it's not written in the context of a a historical piece. It is written almost from a non. It feels more nonfiction because of how it's written. It talks from the perspective of these characters and the things that they went through and the things they experienced. And it was about how Sega in America was struggling really hard, and they started just going off the rails with some of the stuff they were doing. They completely changed how marketing worked because they were attacking Nintendo. They were talking. They brought Sonic in. It's like Sonic outruns the competition. They were comparing it to Mario. Some things that we wouldn't see today. And so if you are a video game person, if you're really into video game history, if you're really into Nintendo or Sega, I would 100% recommend this book. It's a 5 out of 5. I read this one a long time. I read this, I don't know, a long time ago, but probably 4 years ago, and it is a amazing book. Definitely recommend. My next recommendation, going to fiction, going with some sci-fi, is Wool, which is part of the Silo series. It does have a Apple TV Plus um, show. I've heard the show's not great, but the first book of Wool is fantastic. I mean, you are going to be engrossed from it. It's a little weird at the start. You're like, oh, what's going on? And you just will be so engrossed with it, and you just will keep wanting to read and read and read. And the to give a quick understanding, it's this post-apocalyptic world where individuals live within a silo inside the ground. Not, I don't think that's too shocking. And it's dealing with some unexpected deaths and how you handle different um, life within these confines of this different world. I will say it is a trilogy, And the first book is pretty self-contained. The ending, not a spoiler. If you do think this is a spoiler, you can skip ahead 15 seconds, but it's not a spoiler. I think it's just a good recommendation. If the book can feel self-contained. If you want more, you can read more. If you don't, you can kind of leave it as is, in my opinion. Um, I did not find this other two books very good. Silo's a 5 out of 5 for me, but the other two books in the series were not as exciting. The second book in the series is fine. In the last book, I just don't think it ends very well. The last book's still pretty big, but it's agonizingly slow, in my opinion. So again, definitely recommend Silo. It's a fun time. My third book, which I don't have with me, is the Stormlight Archive series. Uh, it is the first book in the series is called Way of Kings. I mean, it is a high fantasy adjacent book. I'd say it is high fantasy, but all of the characters are so rich. There's so much depth and backstory that is built. The world building is done really well. You start learning about different geographical regions, how they interact with each other, the political climate. If you are interested in the aspect of some politics, that book gives it to you. There are politics in it. There are there's a class system essentially, and it deals with a lot of loss and how to handle the struggles that you're facing. Again, I highly recommend the series. It's so good. I'm on the third book. The first two books are fantastic. They're 5 out of 5. The second book might be the number one book I've ever read. I mean, it is hands down it is a work of art. I was like 60% of the way through. My friend who I read, we have a little book club of two. It's a book that I sent him a text, said, "This is a work of art. Like, this is one of the best books I've ever read." And it could become my favorite book series, which leads me into my current favorite book series, which is Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Denneman. I actually got to meet him. This is actually a signed copy of the book, too. It has my name in it. I met him at a book festival. Gosh, it is my favorite book series. Now, there are some caveats here. It was the first book series that got me back into reading, so that there might be a little bias there, but it is a phenomenal book series. I mean, it is so well renowned. It's become really big. If you're on Book Talk, you probably have seen this book. Yeah, you should just read it. It is about a man and his cat as he traverses a intergalactic Burning Man is how it's described. Intergalactic Burning Man trying to survive in this dungeon. Um, and it goes through the first two books, I will say, are very video gamey. It is considered a lit RPG, so literature RPG role playing game. The first two games do have some more video game esque vibes to it, but once you get past it slowly start you it's there's a little bit of there'll be a theme with the books I read. There's some politics to it. There is this intergalactic balance that is being handled. There is different groups you have to worry about, and it's about how this man takes a situation that's really bad and starts to turn things on its head. I mean, it's a phenomenal series. There it is long. There are currently 7 books out. Eighth one comes out in like 12 days. Um, I've read it. I read it through Patreon. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to listen to it. I own all the physical books, but I highly recommend the audiobooks. Audiobooks mean best audiobooks out there. So get into reading, try different books, try different things, give it a try, and find what sticks. because you might not like fantasy like I do. Really enjoy fantasy. I enjoy um Dungeon Crawler Carl is like fantasy tied with sci-fi. I do enjoy sci-fi a little bit. I haven't dove super deep into it. That's what I'm going to get into next. Um, I love reading about video game industry. So find what resonates with you and just read. Like just pick up a book and start reading because it is a life changer. And just reading so important, I think. It not only it kind of challenges your brain to oh gosh, how do I want to say this? It's it works your brain differently. You're actively doing something. And when you start reading, you'll start like for me, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. They're talking about that. Oh, like you'll find and when you find characters that resonate with you, it's even better because you can start to I think books help you understand yourself because you can see your traits within some of these characters and you see how they deal with the challenges in their lives within these books and maybe it can help guide you a little bit, maybe it can help you understand how you're feeling a little bit more. Reading books is amazing, so you should just read. So pick up a book, pick up one of these, go to the library, find something, go find a cover that looks good, pull up Goodreads, find what some of the best rated books are. Tough part is if you are a guy like me, um, you might just have a hard time finding books. So if you like fantasy, these are great ones. One more, fifth book is Project Hail Mary. Just got a theatrical release. Go read that book. Go listen to that book actually on Audible. Project Hail Mary. I listened to it. It's a 5 out of 5 again. All 5 books I gave you are 5 out of 5s in my opinion. Go read them, pick them up. If you don't like them, let me know. Um, and if you find a book that you love, tell me about it because I'm always looking for new books. I have a long list of on my Goodreads. I have books waiting to be read from Libby. I like tell me your favorite books. Tell me that if you don't like the books I recommend, why you don't like them. Yeah, so go read a book, please. That's such a great time.